first question, what is a typical weekday like at NCSU?
That is a good question. And I'm going to respond with something that y'all may not like to hear, that there is not a typical weekday. So every day may look different for you. And I'll go ahead and tell you why. Like, I know that in high school, you may be used to and accustomed to having a set schedule, like 8 to 3, you're having the same classes every day, and you're kind of in the same area and environment. That's not necessarily true for college, but also specifically NC State. You will have classes every single day. Like Mondays, you may start at 10 a.m. Tuesdays, you may start at noon. Wednesday, you may start at 8 a.m. So it's really important to just keep in mind that there's no typical day when it comes to being in college. You can take one class on Monday and go to the library and do your homework, go to the dining hall and grab some lunch, and then go to some club meetings and just kind of wrap your day up in the library. Tuesday, you can have 3 classes, and you can spend, like, that means your time at the library may be a little bit like longer and push back and more towards the evening. And Wednesdays, you might not have any club meetings, but Thursday is when you might have like 2 to 3 club meetings. And Fridays, when you want to like take a chill day, you might have like 2 classes, but you're going to go out to Hillsborough Street and grab some lunch. Like, I can really tell you that not every day looks the same. Your Mondays, like throughout the semester, might look similar. Your Tuesdays might look similar, but like Monday is never the same as Tuesday, and it's never the same as Wednesday, and it's never the same as Thursday. So you can really expect something different every single day, depending on what you are involved in, depending on what classes you're taking, depending on, like how often you're trying to be at the library, which y'all be at the library a lot, please. Your academics are important. But yeah, every day looks very different.
What would be the process for international admissions for Masters in Computer Science?
Yeah, I will be honest, I'm not familiar with graduate school requirements. So this would be something that I would encourage you to check in with the programs that you're considering. But most of the times what they will be looking for is your college transcript. So once you complete your college degree, they're going to be asking for your classes. Sometimes they have an entrance exam. So this could be like the GRE. So that's like the graduate school version of the ACT and the SAT. So your tests are not done yet, y'all. So usually they have some sort of testing requirement. Sometimes they ask you to take specific classes when you're in college. But that's about all I can really say, just because I'm not familiar with graduate school requirements, unfortunately, and I apologize. I'd be happy to provide you with the website for NC State's Masters in Computer Science if you would like. And I can go ahead and look for that, drop that in the chat. Here, do that. Here's the link.
All right, awesome. Yeah, check the link out. So one questions we had in particular that's kind of a follow-up question to the computer science one, but not in specific graduate school. So this student in particular is unlikely to kind of be unlikely to go to engineer school, but is also interested in computer science. Are there any suggestions if you don't want to go to engineering school, but you want to also study computer science?
Yeah, there's a couple of different things that come to mind when I think about this. And one of those is you can do computer science as a minor. So what this means is that you will have a major that you're focusing on when it comes to graduating. And that could be like, let's take psychology, for example. Like psychology could be your main academic focus, but you can choose to have a minor. And this just consists of maybe 4 to 7 extra classes, and that way you can graduate with that on your diploma, and you'll still be studying computer science, just like less of it, if that makes sense. And also there's joining clubs. I can tell you that NC State has about 15 different computer science clubs that you can join, and a couple of them are directly through the College of Engineering, but some of them are completely student run. And they never turn students away. You don't even have to major in computer science to be involved. So this could be a really cool way for you to be able to get that experience and get that perspective without necessarily having to major in computer science. And the same holds true for any sort of academic experience that you're hoping for. If you don't want to do a major or a minor, you can just join a related club. And that way you can still have that experience and those opportunities.
Does early action boost your acceptance chances for NCSU?
No, in that we do review all applications the same, no matter when they're submitted. So we review early action applications in the same way that we review regular decisions, but there are some benefits to applying early action. So as I mentioned earlier on, priority consideration for scholarships is definitely a big one. Your housing choices, you will get to apply for housing earlier, and you don't have to commit to NC State before applying for housing. If you're interested in the honors program or the scholars program, this is also where you will be considered. So like review wise, you have the same chances either way, but you won't get the same benefits of like those scholarships and housing and the extra considerations if you apply regular decision as you would if you apply early action. So I would definitely recommend early action whenever possible.
Great. Next question, a little bit more specific about NCSU in particular. What are the most popular clubs at NC State?
This is a good question. So Habitat for Humanity is definitely a big one. That is a club that we have here at NC State where you can actually go into the community and build houses. And this typically happens during like spring break. You will go, whether it's in the community or you will travel around North Carolina and just help with those construction efforts. So this is a really big effort that they do. The Animal Science Club is also a really popular club because we do have a lot of students, and this kind of goes into the computer science conversation that we were having. There's a lot of students who are in like majoring in animal science and are in that club, but a lot of students who are not majoring in animal science and they just want to know about it and they want to do more things with it. So they're in the club. The Bass Fishing Club is also a big club that students tend to join, and they're actually awesome. They win a lot of competitions, so that's super cool. This isn't necessarily a club, but we have intramural sports that we have, which are like, because the sports that we have, so the top level is varsity. So those are the ones that you see on TV. Those are the ones that you're recruited for by coaches. Then there's club, which is what you try out for. They're also pretty competitive. And then intramural, those are like the most casual sports that you can join. You can just sign up and you're in. And this typically includes like flag football and like cricket I've seen, and Quidditch, and a lot of really cool ones. So while like intramural is not a sport, but the sports and the activities that they offer are really, really popular. And a lot of students do tend to do that. I mean, this isn't a super like, so fraternity and sorority life, it's not a huge one in that only about 15% of our student population is involved in like a fraternity or a sorority. But 15% of 24,000 undergraduate students is still a pretty large number. So also something that you can keep in mind for you to maybe look forward to for your college experience, if you would like that to be part of your college experience. There's also video game clubs, like esports. We actually have rooms in the library that allow, like, they are video game rooms, and you can check them out, and a lot of club students all the time. So that's super cool.